Today we'll get into the Jets' preseason matchup against the Washington Redskins. What's going on, guys? I'm Matt O'Leary, back with another video. Before we get started previewing the game tonight, I want to first start by saying that you can follow me on social media at Matt O'Leary NY on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We're starting using the Instagram a little bit more, so if you want to get in on that, definitely give it a follow, and I'll be putting up content for you throughout the Jets season and pretty much every day because I live for the social media content, but you'll see if you start following along. But for today, the matter at hand is the New York Jets versus the Washington Redskins, and we are going to start by talking about what's likely going to happen in the first half. And I think Sam Darnold is going to get the start tonight because he worked with the first team a lot in camp this week. They practiced against the Redskins. There was some fighting and some practicing going on this week, so that's been a little bit of a storyline. Terrell Pryor's not going to play today, so I don't think we're going to have to worry about anything going on the field this evening. But the thing I'm going to be looking for is Sam Darnold and when he gets to play. For me, I think it makes the most sense to play him with the first team reps right away. If it were up to me, I would have him play the entire first half, Bridgewater the entire second half. That's how I would split up the reps, and what I'd be looking for Sam Darnold to do is continue to show signs of progression and so some chemistry with some of those first teamers. Last week we saw him play from pretty much the second quarter onward, and he looked good, but he didn't get a chance to play with Robbie Anderson. He didn't get a chance to play with Curse really all that much. So how does he play with those guys? Some better targets and likely going up against a better defense. So what does he do? I think if he plays the first half, I'll go something with 2 passing touchdowns and 1 interception. I think we see his first mistake. Maybe he throws for, I'm hoping he throws for about 130 yards, maybe. If he plays the whole first half, that'd be pretty nice if he threw for about $130. So pencil me in for $130, 2 TDs, and an interception from Sam Darnold. But yeah, surprisingly, other players besides Sam Darnold will be playing in today's game, and we'll hit on them as well. One thing I want to ask is, can the running back position be better this week? That's one of the things I'll be looking for going into tonight's game. Bilal Powell averaged less than 1 yard per carry. He wasn't very good in the opener. Isaiah Crowell just had 2 carries for 6 yards, so 3 yards per carry, which is less than his career average. And then after that, Trenton Cannon looked pretty good. He looked explosive, but I would like to see more from that first team running the ball because they struggled in that last year. I would like to see them improve because I do think that Bilal and Isaiah Crowell is a pretty good 1-2 running back tandem. Then after that, does Ardarius Stewart or Chad Hansen make any plays? They are virtually non-existent. Well, they were pretty much non-existent against Atlanta. Neither of them had a catch. Stewart had 2 targets. Hansen had none. So it looks like they're working their way towards the bottom of the receiving depth chart, which you don't want to see. Both were drafted last year by Mike McCagnon in 2017. Stewart in the 3rd round, Hansen in the 4th round, and you were hoping that one of them could make a push to be either the 3rd or 4th receiver this year. Right now, out of the 7-ish receivers they have, they're lining up at about 6 and 7 right now, which isn't good. You would like to see them pushing for Terrell Pryor playing time at the 4th wide receiver position, but right now, neither of them look like they're going to be viable options. Maybe they change that tonight and they get their better foot going forward, but they're playing with the 3rd teamers at the moment, and they aren't looking too good to boot. So not a good look for either of those two. Maybe they turn it around. On the defensive side of the ball, can anybody establish a pass rush? I'm looking for Coleman to make some plays. Dylan Donahue had a sack last week, so maybe he gets in on the action. But somebody, please, has to establish themselves as a pass rusher because they don't have anybody at the moment right now. I'd like to see a little bit more from Darren Lee also, if he's playing tonight. So from the first team defense, show some signs of having a pass rush because that's the biggest question mark. We know the secondary is probably going to be pretty good. Tremaine Johnson on the outside is going to be good. Morris Claiborne, if he's healthy, and when he is healthy, is extremely effective. Buster Screen, who's hurt right now, and he got hurt on punt coverage, which he probably shouldn't have been out there, but story for another day. He is more effective in the slot, so at the corner, I'm okay if everyone stays healthy. Safety should be good. Linebacker and pass rush is probably the weaker points of this team. I think there's not really a huge standout besides Leonard Williams on the defensive line, but they have some guys that they could rotate and mix in, and they could be decent. So we're going to have to see. That's what I'm looking for if anyone stands out or starts to stand out from the pass rush perspective. And if we want to talk about the Redskins a little bit and what the Jets can look for out of the Redskins, would be, for me, Alex Smith is probably getting his first action. So make Alex Smith beat you by throwing the ball. He is effective. He's not an elite quarterback. He's good, decent. Make him work and try and throw, because the Jets' strength is pass defense. It is at this point. You got two very good safeties, and you have Jermaine Johnson, who is one of the premier shutdown corners and playmaking cornerback. So make him beat you with the ball. And then what do they do now after losing Darius Juice to an injury? He's gone for the year, ACL, wiped out. Unfortunately, you hate to see guys go down, and I'm not being sarcastic. You genuinely do not like to see guys go down with season-ending injuries, especially in their rookie year. So I was disappointed to see that happen. It's very sad, but unfortunately it is a part of the game. So how do they respond? Because he was someone who's going to get a lot of touches from that running back position. So for tonight, just to recap real quick, things to look for. How much does Darnold play? Should he play early on in the game, or is he going to come in later? Do we see anything or any signs of improvements from the running back? Can Ardarius Stewart or Chad Hansen make any plays tonight? And do the Jets get any sort of pass rush? That's what I'm looking for. And hopefully after tonight, we are talking about another Sam Darnold performance. Once again, you can follow along with me on social media at Matt O'Leary NY. Follow me on Twitter, because I'm going to be gifting the game tonight. So if you want in on the action, some of the highlights, follow me there. Once again, I'm Matt O'Leary. Hope you enjoyed.